welcome back to Channel KRT, and welcome to the first week of the month of No Escape, where we will be talking about nothing but Barney this month. God help us.
Hooray. Well, at least it won't be the most stressful thing in November 2024. Cough, cough.
Depending on who won as you're watching this. Hi, if you're watching this, this is either the greatest November since 2020 or... Sorry.
Or the worst one since 2016.
Remember, choose your own ending, kids. This is Tyler Green, by the way.
Come on over, baby. Come on over. I don't know. I'm Kit Quinn.
Shit, that was actually really good singing.
Oh, thank you.
No, not that ending. Oh, I should have said I'm Randy, by the way.
Yeah. You are, in fact, Randy. And joining us today, we have a very special guest. You know her from the Twitter feed at @CutiePuppyFire. Welcome to the show, Gillian Quigley.
Woo!
Hey.
Welcome to the chaos.
Welcome to the No Escape. We got Baby Bop discourse.
That's what the No in November stands for.
Yay! No Escape November.
Barney's house in the middle of our party street. Sorry.
We should call it that. No Escape November.
November escapes in parentheses.
Hooray!
It's a good thing I haven't asked Marissa to do the art yet, because I'm actually going to consider that now.
Hell yeah. All right, we got to prepare for a whole month of arguing with Randall. Just kidding, we love you.
We do. So as I explained on the My Party with Barney minisode that we released, we are doing this in honor, quote unquote, of the upcoming Barney's World reboot.
Yeah, which, it looks fine for kids. It doesn't look bad.
Whoever's doing the voice of Barney just kind of sounds like all of those Barney parodies, like the 90s and 2000s.
He's the guy from the trap memes.
Oh my.
I might see it only because Josh Hartnett is sexy.
Fair enough.
Wait a minute. This podcast was a trap for a serial killer the whole time.
He set up a trap.
Maybe the real serial killer was the friends we met along the way.
He set up a trap in the podcast that's also at a concert.
You know, I'm gonna be the outlier here. I actually kind of like the Barney reboot, for at least what I've seen of it.
Fair. Yeah, you know, I'll say this. Baby Bop actually looks slightly more tolerable in it.
Well, it's a bit of a monkey's paw situation because they made her tolerable, but she's voiced by the original Caillou. I'm not fucking kidding. Look it up.
I mean, nothing against that actress. I'm sure she's a nice person, but...
Yeah, Bryn McCauley, she is a good actress.
Oh, yeah.
She's got to be pretty fucking good, you know, if she was so good at being a whiny little shit that we hate her voice now. That's talent, and I can't hate talent.
I'm just saying, the Barney's World reboot has not come out yet, but it would be massively ironic if we were the ones that actually like Baby Bop in that version, but Randy just fucking despises her.
Karma's a bitch. I should have known better.
Should have known better.
Oh, that was a big hit.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. No, this is good coffee.
I didn't want to kill Randall. No.
The mere concept of that has brought me closer to death than anything else.
You know, Randy, it has been a year since that minisode we recorded.
Oh, no.
How are you feeling today now that you've been holding a lot of resentment towards, you know, holding in all that Baby Bop hate?
You know, it's crazy. I haven't really been thinking about it that much until today.
Oh, cool.
Hooray.
All right, so I'm off the hook then.
No, whoa, that doesn't mean you're off the hook, you know.
Oh.
The fact that you even brought it up in the first place means you're gonna get bitched at.
And I fucking love that they were so afraid of having a character named BJ in the show that they fucking changed his name to Billy. It's like, that's fucking BJ.
Oh my god.
Hey.
I was watching that trailer and I was like, okay, you know, I am not the target audience here, so I mean, I don't really have that much critique on it, but it looks cute. It looks like something, you know, the toddler would like. And then I saw Billy and I was laughing so fucking hard because that meant they had to acknowledge what BJ means.
Also, they killed Riff. 0 stars.
Yeah, where the fuck was Riff?
Bring back Michaela Dietz. She's working in the industry.
Yeah, there's no excuse. She'd do it, I'm sure.
Bring back Amethyst.
And bring back Professor Tinkerbutt. God damn it.
Oh, we have a lot to say about Tinkerbutt later on.
Oh boy, we do.
Believe me, I think what I like about the Barney reboot is that it feels a lot more imaginative. Granted, this is animated and there's only so much you can do in live action, but it feels like Barney has more of a personality rather than just being happy all the time.
He does have actual more emotions in it so far.
More emotions, he can actually be a lot more magical and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like, I remember that's why I was maybe praising the pistachio episode way more than it probably deserved, mostly because it was nice seeing Barney actually have a flaw for once.
But I'm not supposed to be flawed. I'm supposed to be perfect. No.
It was really nice seeing Barney, express an emotion other than just, constantly happy, even if that emotion had to be severe drug addiction.
Yeah.
They weren't kidding about the tail kids.
There was an episode I was actually considering for this theme month where Barney and the kids meet Mother Earth, and I forget what happens, but basically I think BJ fucks it up where he accidentally knocks a tree down or something and Mother Earth gets upset. I was fully expecting in that moment Barney to just have a moment where he turns into chill teacher that gets angry and starts screaming at everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not mad, but I sure am disappointed.
You know what? I can only take so much of this disrespect. You kids are on your own. I quit.
I love you, but I sure don't like you right now. And then he just doesn't sing the I love you song. It's just an awkward goodbye at the end of the episode.
Really reconsidering that I love you right now.
It'd be a creepypasta.
Oh, man. So, Gillian, we've gone over our history with Barney in the past. What is your relationship with the purple bastard?
Well, long story short, I grew up in the early 2000s and there was a PBS station, so it was kind of inescapable.
Yeah, that seems to be everyone's.
It was a given. Everyone in our generation grew up with him. There's no excuse. No excuse, no escape. That's just how it works.
Were you born in the 90s? Did you have a TV? Did you have PBS? You saw Barney. Simple as that.
But I was more used to the home video than the actual TV show that was on PBS or Sprout later on, because it was also unavoidable because I have two younger siblings and it was still on by then. So I caught bits and pieces of the Riff era.
Okay. Yeah, that was kind of the case for me because I went through the first couple of years of my life, I was obsessed with Barney. Then from 2000 to 2008, I fucking hated him. And my brothers didn't really get super into him, but my parents got a couple of DVDs of the Riff era for my baby brother, which I was not happy with at the time. And then I eventually went through a weird hyperfixation with him throughout middle school where I couldn't tell if it was ironic or not. And look where I am now.
Oh, man. And I'm just going to say it, guys. I'm sorry to disappoint everyone, but there will not be any Riff this month.
Aww.
I'm sorry. I really wanted to, but I couldn't fit anything in.
Riff in peace.
We did do a mini-sode with him, so it works.
Riff, you really were the anti-Cousin Oliver.
In the arms of the angel.
Or the anti-Cynthia Watros in the Drew Carey Show. So today we're talking about Come On Over to Barney's House, which was a direct-to-video special released in 2000. So Gillian, I'm curious, why this topic?
Weirdly enough, I didn't grow up with this special, but I did grow up with seeing the trailer a bunch on a Wiggles VHS that I had on repeat. It's what is Barney's House? It seems kind of cool. And then later on when I was starting to feel nostalgia, not nostalgia for the first time, but...
It's funny that you mentioned the Wiggles, because I'm going over the Barney wiki. Apparently they were supposed to have a cameo in this.
Yeah.
One VHS rip that I watched for this, I know the DVD rips out there, but the CG looks better on the VHS because it isn't that glaringly bad.
Apparently it was supposed to be close to the scene where they meet Murray the web surfing mouse, which we'll get into when we get into.
Yeah.
I will say, though, looking at it side by side as someone existing in the era where Barney is now officially a CGI character, this is kind of weird. Imagine if they went with this design.
Oh, God. I'm going to have choice words to say about that CGI Barney.
It sucks. It fucking sucks.
You know what? I'm going to say
it is a nightmarish design. This does not translate well to CG in the.
Oh, and the mocap.
God, what the fuck?
Fucking mocap. It's like
This is mocapped?
it's definitely I can just tell. I don't know for sure if it's mocap, but I can just tell.
There is just no reason it had to happen. It was like they just so badly wanted to test CGI and they didn't have DNA Productions there to make it look halfway decent. So I don't know what they were fucking thinking.
New Millennium, new Barney. I mean, like the original, like I know there was a title sequence for Come On Over to Barney's House because there was like one re-upload that has like a traditional theme, but like it starts and then it crashes in with CGI Barney as it's like, oh, this isn't a regular Barney direct to DVD, direct to VHS home video thing.
This isn't your fucking mother's Barney. This is the new Barney.
This is advanced Barney.
We're in the year 2000 now. Technology is different. Technology is better.
I gotta say it. That fucking CGI Barney, I think, kicked off my anti-Barney phase because I barely remember watching bits and pieces of this in 2000, and I just remember hating it. I just saw that fucking thing, noped out, and then I went through a hardcore anti-Barney phase.
Absolutely justified.
Now, I did say that I considered this one of the worst Barney specials in our Barney's Big Surprise episode. I don't know if I can go that far, and I don't know if I can consider this, like, genuinely that bad a topic, but I gotta say that Barney's Halloween Party has at least the fun of the annual mistake attached to it. Barney's Big Surprise has genuine nostalgia for me. This just doesn't hold up for me.
I gotta be honest, I have no emotional connection to this at all.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of spaced out halfway through this. I just got to a point where it was basically just white noise.
This is a special that existed, and full disclosure, I did start and stop several times because, like, in every 10-minute bit, it's like the longest 10 minutes and nothing is happening.
Barney just stops to read a book for 10 minutes. Just complete dead silence.
Oh, hold on a minute.
That's not actually what happens, but it might as well be at this point, you know?
You know, for a special called Come On Over to Barney's House could have fuck all to do with it.
It's a setting, yes, but it doesn't really further the plot, quote unquote.
What plot?
This special feels like being early to a job interview. You arrive 10 minutes early to look good, and you sit there waiting for the interviewer. Before you know it, suddenly it's actually been like 20 minutes. And they're like, oh, hi, sorry I'm late.
Oh, God.
Always happens.
It literally is.
This is what the special feels like.
Or worse, it's like you wait the 20 minutes, they come up, it's like, oh, we actually filled the position already, so...
Oh, God. One time I had an interview where I got invited to drive 45 minutes to this winery I interviewed for, only for the interviewer to just yell at me about how he didn't have a job that fit me and why I was stupid for applying to begin with.
Jesus.
So, like, what's the name of that wine? Name and shame.
Oh, I forgot. It was like something in Kenwood. I'd have to check.
On the topic of shitty job interviews, I applied, I showed up, I was like, hey, I have an interview at this time, and there's like, wait, we had an interview? It's like, I have to call the manager and actually confirm that. It's like, I pulled the email up, it confirmed a time. Then after like waiting a solid 5 minutes for the manager, and they were like, hey, we actually filled that position, so...
Oh, God.
I do think it's kind of weird that the interviewee is expected to show up like pretty early, fully like fancy dressed, made up, hair done, all this shit, resume in hand, ready to answer some questions, and the interviewer can just show up in whatever they threw on that morning and be like, there was an interview today?
Yep, it's so fucking stupid. It's also funny enough, Barney's House is only featured in a couple other specials. Something called Barney's Sing-Along Stories Cleanup, Playtime at Barney's House, and it was the setting of Barney's Pajama Party, which, funny enough, was featured in 8 Mile.
What?
Huh.
Yeah, there's a scene where Eminem and the girlfriend are being drugged into the house and the kids watching Barney. It's like... Eminem is a part of Barney history. What the fuck?
So this Barney...
Something Mom Spaghetti. We can't mention 8 Mile without Mom Spaghetti.
Mom Spaghetti.
Mom Spaghetti.
They introduced the setting of Barney's house. just to never fucking use it.
Yeah, and it's like there are fucked up implications to him only now having a house. Was he forced to live at the school by the kids? That's messed up.
No, it really is. After the opening CGI sequence, we get like a filmed on location bit where a couple kids are like building a house for a Barney doll. What's weird about it is that the kids that show up later in the special aren't the kids that made the fucking house.
Which doesn't make any sense. It's like they're the ones imagining it, so why aren't they the kids?
In all fairness, the kids who built the house were like, what, 3?
Yeah, true.
You can't really get a 3-year-old to follow a script.
And you have such compelling lines spoken by a 3-year-old, like, wow, what a neat Barney house.
You need kids who are sneak watching Family Guy. That's what you need.
You know that shit was on a cue card. You know you had like the parents in the background going, okay, now say, wow, what a cool Barney house. And it's like they have to hit record right away because you know the kid's just going to be like, wow, I could buy house.
I mean, setting up the house, them making the house was kind of cute, but it's still like, come on.
Barney, I know it's been a while, but can we finally come in now? No, sorry, it's being fumigated. Yeah, let's go with that. No. But Barney, I don't see any. Bye. Slams the door.
You know, it's kind of a shame that the actual house is barely utilized because it's a pretty bitchin' house, I won't lie.
It's a pretty cool set, I will admit.
You know, I'm kind of pissed off that Barney's house has those like plastic fish bubble tubes and I fucking don't.
Oh, God, yeah.
I hope those were supposed to be plastic fish in canon too and not live fish because they'd be like, Barney's an animal abuser.
We don't want to show the kids that.
No.
You'd be surprised what they were allowed to get away with doing to fish back then. Nowadays, you show off your like super pH balanced, filtered, live planted fish tank, and someone online is going to be like, your fish is going to die of an infection because you cohabitated it with a neon tetra instead of a, blackfin tetra.
Literally.
Meanwhile, back in the 90s, you could be like, here's my goldfish. It's in a tiny, shitty glass bowl with colored sand and like a treasure chest. And people eat like sick fish, dude.
Timmy Turner inspired a generation to treat fish badly. How dare he?
Not the worst thing he did.
So eventually we see Barney's real house, which looks nothing like the kids were constructing out of cardboard. Barney comes out, he says, no, I had a feeling you'd be here today. And I'm just thinking, I did not visit your house because I wanted to. I am visiting because I have no choice in the matter.
Ooh, I had a feeling you'd be here today. I also had a feeling you'd be here today, Barney. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. Why don't you have a seat right over there?
I'm actually having my house foreclosed in 3 days, but I'm imagining that it's not. Please don't sell the IRS that I'm hoarding all my taxes.
Imagine you just hear, welcome to my house, and it's an episode of fucking Hoarders. Barney, McDonald's hasn't used styrofoam in over a decade. This is just sitting in your house in piles. You'll never know when you might need them.
And so there's a whole plot where he's making chocolate chip cookies, and I love that when he's like, how about you eat these remaining chocolate chips? It's like, it's so obviously Hershey's Kisses, but they didn't want the Hershey's company to sue them.
It's not just that. He does the bit from My Party with Barney where he says, why don't you pretend to eat these? Barney, there are actual children who are starving in the world. Get your head out of your ass and be generous for once.
I don't like the way Barney said, why don't you eat some of these leftover chocolate chips? I don't know, Barney. I think maybe you should eat them first.
I dug them out of the toilet.
Oh,
He's just like, no, I insist you have some of these chocolate chips first. And it's like, why?
Barney, it says these expired in 1987.
Chocolate doesn't go bad. I found these in Grandpa's pantry. Why does every grandpa have expired candy in their fucking pantries?
He shows us some other things that are in the house, like his paint by numbers machine, which is basically picture from Mr. Rogers at home.
Are you telling me Barney predicted AI generated art?
Oh, God.
You got a number painting and there's just a machine that does it for you? That's AI art.
At least this art did look kind of cool, unlike AI generated slop, so.
He throws shade at Picasso because one of the things is a Picasso piece, and he kind of goes like, I'm not a fan of this.
To be fair, Picasso kind of deserves it. Fuck that guy.
Fair.
Wait a minute. A machine that can do art for him because he can't. Disdain for well-known artists. Oh my god, Barney's an AI, bro.
No!
So then the doorbell rings, and then Barney says, no, that means someone's at my back door. Good night, everybody.
And then two of the kids from the show up, Jeff and Jill. Get it?
I mean, close enough.
Jack and Jill do show up.
Yep. Thankfully not the Adam Sandler ones.
We'll get to that.
They're asking where's BJ so they can perform for their new band called BJ and the Rockets, which makes Jesse and the Rippers look legit.
Oh, God. What I wrote in my notes was, congrats, BJ and the Rockets. You outlamed Jesse and the Rippers. Hope you're proud of yourselves.
Again, why don't BJ and Baby Bop have parents? Why do they need Barney for permission for everything? And why are they always with him? Are they orphans?
I'm just assuming that they're just fucking mooching off of him at this point.
I have one more joke about the BJ thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Still a more legit band than Falling in Reverse.
Ah! Fuck you, Ronnie Radke.
I hate that guy.
I forgot to mention, too, that there's a song Barney sings about his house, and this is the moment I realized that, you know, we already did mention this in the Kiddio mini-so we did, but Duncan Brennan does not hold a candle to Bob West.
Honestly, I was not mean enough to him in that mini-sode, so here we go. His Barney is shit. It sucks.
Yes, yes it does.
I'd feel worse saying that if he wasn't a raging transphobe and bigot, so fuck him.
There's a moment when he sings the Wee Willie Winky song where he doesn't even try to do a Barney voice until halfway through the song.
Wee Willie Winky runs through the town, upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown, rapping at the window, crying through the lock. Are the children all in bed for now? It's 8 o'clock. Oh.
He sounds like a Barney impression, and honestly, fuck him, but he was good as Chuck E. Cheese. He managed to make that his own. I don't know why the fuck he tried this.
Yeah.
God, he's just, it's hard shoes to fill, but you'd think that I can do a better Barney impression. I don't fancy myself a voice actor at all.
It's not that it's hard to do, it's that you have to try harder.
Yeah, no, you do.
Like I said, he sounds like those Barney parodies that I heard in the good old days of cartoons.
So then they do basically what the special should be about, going around and visiting the house while trying to find BJ. And okay, some of the CGI is off-putting and not the coolest looking.
It makes the Windows 95 screensavers look like the fucking Titanic movie.
Again, they needed DNA Productions on this because apparently they did some CGI for some Barney specials, and that would look amazing.
I put in my notes, this isn't a house, this is a tech demo.
This is a fucking candy commercial from like the 2000s.
Side note, it's funny to me that Barney, the Weird Al Show, and Jimmy Neutron all have a connection.
Yeah, that is so fucking wild.
I will say also, the bubble room was honestly kind of a downgrade compared to the bubble machine in Let's Play School, because that machine was pretty cool.
Oh man, I'm mad we're not doing that one either, because holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a Baby Bump-centric episode, but it still rips.
A lot of that is just autism heaven for me.
A fucking men. When the kids are going around all the different doors, I was fully expecting one of the doors that opens to be the Courage the Cowardly Dog violin lady.
Oh, God, no!
I was honestly kind of hoping it would be like the Beetlejuice sandworms.
Yes!
And it turns out these kids are actually dead.
The back room's but it's Barney's house.
Exactly. Also, when they enter the butterfly room, I was like, I swear to fuck if this has a wormy jump scare.
Get out! It's the wormy room!
Speaking of things I couldn't watch until 2009.
Joke's on you, I can't watch it at all.
Valid.
If it helps, I couldn't watch The Wizard of Oz until I was 9 years old.
Fair.
And then I immediately developed the never-ending hyperfixation on it.
Based.
Hell yeah. They have an elevator in this called the Upsy Daisy elevator, but they never call it that, which, okay.
It's supposed to be like a levitating elevator, I guess.
I guess it's supposed to operate like either the TARDIS or the glass elevator from Willy Wonka.
Yeah, I would not trust Barney with fucking Time Lord technology.
Did you ever hear about the boy who got everything he ever wanted?
Yeah, that's how this special should have gone. You know, it's 4 kids going through Barney's house and they all get killed off one by one.
And Tom and Jerry are there somehow.
Fun fact about that, when the boat scene came on, I couldn't watch the rest of the tape for like a week, and then we had to fast forward past it.
Oh, valid.
Fair.
Oh, very, very valid.
And so then we cut to the Spin the Globe radio scene, which looks exactly like Globey from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh, man. So I have been holding this in since the Barney's Big Surprise episode.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, man, I talked about slaps in the face. So during this moment, he mentions, "No, I got this from Professor Tinkerbutt." And he's holding a portrait with Barry Pearl's likeness that someone painted. And they have the fucking balls, to never bring him back after this at all.
Yeah, I get Barry Pearl was busy, but that's still such a cop-out. Like, come on.
That is such a fucking cock tease.
Ugh.
What's worse is that there's a special a couple years after this called Barney Fun on Wheels that features an eccentric inventor by the name of Pop Wheelie.
Boo!
Because haha, get it? I swear to God, that was written for Barry Pearl's Tinkerbutt and they could not get him.
Yeah, that's just, ugh.
That is fucking bullshit.
Side note, Barney Fun on Wheels ripped off Muppets on Wheels. Changed my mind.
Yes, it did. Anyway, the round the world globe thingy is culturally insensitive.
I'll say this, at least Barney didn't do a cringy Mexican accent when they landed on Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully they make fun of predominantly white nationalities. It's socially acceptable, thank God.
It's so funny because as soon as he made the Scottish accent, I was like,
Oh.
Scrooge McDuck was more authentic than this. At least later on he was voiced by an actual Scottish actor.
Oh, nay, lass, that's no skirt. That's a kilt worn by the strongest and bravest man in Scotland for special occasions.
You're expecting Duncan Brennan to do a good voices in this special?
That's a tall fucking order.
Yeah, true.
Also, for some reason, the kids are wearing kilts when they act all Scottish, but Barney's just too fucking good for it for some reason.
Arnold from Hey Arnold was wearing a kilt for years before this special. Come on now.
Yeah, he made it cool.
As someone whose thighs are too thick for skirts, I kind of get why Barney couldn't wear the kilt.
Fair. And also I was half expecting that they were going to be like, what happens if we put it on hell, Barney? Well, then you'll summon Alistair the radio demon.
I find it kind of suspicious that Barney only visited one non-white country and then the other 2 were just white countries.
It's like, I have in my notes, why go back to Europe? Because he went to Mexico, then like Germany, Mexico, that I don't know the exact order, but it was like,
Oh, Switzerland.
okay, it was like, yeah, Germany, Mexico, no, Scotland, Mexico, Switzerland. It was one of the Dutch, yeah. But I'm just like, why?
It was Mexico, then Scotland, then Switzerland.
Yeah, thanks. I was not paying attention enough to get like the full order. Full disclosure, my bad.
It's okay.
Were any of us really following this?
And that's the thing, too, when they get to Switzerland, it starts snowing in the house. And I'm just thinking, no, this is going to fuck the floor up and it's going to get all moldy and crusty and diseased and shit.
Yeah, it's like,
You don't want that.
The black mold has taken over my brain. Time to start going on transphobic tirades.
oh God.
What?
I love everybody as long as they're straight and cis.
Jesus loves you. Ugh, can you imagine if Barney was a Christian show? Jesus Christ.
Oh, God, no.
Isn't that just Julian Pals?
Yes, it is.
Still not as terrible as Gerbert.
Which, funny enough, I think one of the Barney actresses was in for the time.
Nice.
In the Donut Man show?
Yeah, I could be mistaken, but I think the girl who played Min was in a videotape for that.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so weird connection there.
Christian tapes are like so wild. They'll come up with these like abominations against God. They'll have like, Goober, the flying banana monkey or something. They don't even say what Goober's about to do. And then he just shows up and he goes, well, Jesus said that we should all love each other. And you're like, oh, this is a Jesus thing for some reason.
So we've only made it into the first 10 minutes of this video, and we're doing everything in our power to talk about everything but the video.
We made it 10 minutes through this, and already I made up a Christian children's character to make fun of instead of this.
So then we get introduced to our first next door neighbor, which I feel like Barney just lives in the fucking void.
I'm confused about how this. Well, you know what? No, here's what this is. This is fucking WandaVision.
Yeah.
This is Barney making his own fucking Westview filled with nursery rhyme characters, because the first one we get is Wee Willie Winky. Then we get Jack and Jill, and then the big bad wolf. This is fucking Westview.
Help me. I can feel everything she's feeling. It hurts so bad.
And Barney just mocks every single one as they show up. Like, he's like, oh yeah, this guy, Wee Willie Winky, he thinks it's always 8 o'clock and he's always running through the town yelling at kids to go to bed. Like, he needs to go back to the retirement home, kids.
Oh, God.
Woohoo! Get a load of this fucking asshole over here.
And so then he's all, oh, it's not actually 8 o'clock. And they don't even say what time it actually is, but they're like, oh, but it's a cuckoo clock.
It cuts to the cuckoo clock and it's like 11, so.
Yeah, true.
Also, did anybody else think that the guy who voices Wee Willie Winky sounds strikingly like Jerry Nelson?
Oh God, he does.
Are all the children in their beds? For now it's 8 o'clock.
No, literally, it basically just goes like, your clock is wrong. Oh, well, then what time is it? Bye!
And also, I did realize something. The clock he has is the same clock that Stella had in a video, apparently.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He stole it from her. Damn it.
A Barney tape reusing props from a previous production? Why? Unheard of. Never. Could never happen.
Inconceivable.
So then BJ fucking shows up, because of course.
God damn it. And of course, he's fucking trying to steal the cookies.
Get used to him, guys. He's gonna be here all fucking month.
They really tried, like, so fucking hard to make, like, a toddler-friendly Bart Simpson.
Oh, eat my shorts, sissy.
Is it me, or did his puppet seem like it was kind of starting to disintegrate in this special?
First of all, he's yellow. Second of all, I is literally supposed to be I caramba. He's literally just toddler Bart Simpson.
Wait, so does this mean Mr. Boyd is the Principal Skinner in this universe?
Yes, he is.
Does this make Baby Bop Lisa then?
Same hairstyle, yeah.
Oh my God.
Didn't one of us used to compare Baby Bop to Lisa Simpson when we were a kid?
Randy.
Yes! When I first saw the imagery that was, the Simpsons family, I thought Lisa was supposed to be like a dinosaur because actually it wasn't just Baby Bop that came to mind. It was also Sarah from The Land Before Time. I was obsessed with dinosaurs.
I can see that.
And I thought she was supposed to be a Triceratops. For a long time, I thought Lisa Simpson was a Triceratops.
In all fairness, I was the same kid who thought the baker on the Schroman bread labels was a fucking Teletubby. I don't know why, I just did.
Is it me, or does Barney not have any glass in that big-ass window near his door? Like, he's gonna get robbed.
He's gonna get robbed, he's gonna get rained, he's gonna get bugs.
The kids who built the house for him smashed that window when he wouldn't let them in, so...
His house has got flies as fuck.
Oh, God. Honestly, there's very few songs I liked in this, but the Sour Pickle song in particular was especially annoying.
I skipped a lot of the songs in this.
Understandable.
And they're doing that thing that's basically ripping off Bear in the Big Blue House where they show clips of real kids during it, which, okay.
Yeah, because they do that a lot more in the later seasons, especially in the Rift seasons, specifically just to pad it. Because at that point, they're just 10-minute episodes.
We have to save money on the production. We gotta just film these random kids. Sign an NDA. Great, we got some kid footage.
Oh, there's a lot of fucking vignettes of random children in this.
As I was thinking a bit ago when I was like seeing how the timelines added up between like when this aired and when Bear in the Big Blue House aired, and I'm not sure like how many similarities. It takes place in a house, and there's puppets, and there's occasional funny characters that show up at the said house. But I'm just like, is PBS trying to cash on this 3 years after Bear in the Big Blue House?
It's kind of like how Sweet Life of Zach and Cody started Yay Me just so they could clown on iCarly, and then iCarly ended up being a giant success, so...
Yeah, but the main difference between Barney and Bear in the Big Blue House is that
One of them is good.
one is actually comforting to watch, and one just brings us a lot of pain. And speaking of severe pain... Let's just rip the fucking Band-Aid off, okay? I know she's gonna be here all month. I know we have to stomach this, but good God, it just... Every time she shows up, it just pisses me off.
Come on, man. Come on, dude. Like, come on, man.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. She's almost more annoying in this than she is in Halloween Party, and that's saying something.
Like I said, I spaced out through most of this because my blankie smells like pickles.
Oh, I'll fix that. And then I just fucking set it on fire.
And that's what you get for not using a napkin, you little shit.
Well, I mean, when you set that fire, it was right after I installed sprinklers, so she's fine.
But water makes fires work.
That's gasoline. That was actually what was coming through the sprinkler the entire time.
You're the one who replaced the water with gasoline? You know how long that took to clean out and put water back in before you could set that fire?
Worth it.
I don't think that's OSHA safe.
So while he has guests over, that's when Barney decides it's the best time to start doing chores, and he has the little shit help him out with watering the plants. So first...
No, she's excited to do chores. For some reason, she's excited to, like, do mind-numbing tasks around the house.
You know what? I'm great that she could find a lifestyle in which, she was able to stay motivated and, keeping up with household chores.
And also, there's an every fruit tree in this house, because between this and the anything cake from Arthur and the Beastly Birthday, we're just not escaping food that can turn into anything, I guess.
I want an anything cake.
Yes, me too.
Welcome to the every fruit tree. We got bisexuals, we got pansexuals, we got homosexuals, we got lesbians.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got trans people.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
So then the little shit is stupid enough to water something called the tickle lilies, which basically fucking cause her to sneeze.
Barney tells her not to water it too much, and she keeps, like, mishearing him, and he keeps repeating, "No, not too much." And she says, "What?" And he says, "No, not too much" again. She's just willfully being ignorant.
She's just Michelle Tanner. It's all for shenanigans.
No, she's later season Patrick Star. She's doing this just because she can, because it's funny to her.
Oh man, wait until Baby Bop has her own equivalent of ink lemonade.
You know what? Maybe these kids age.
Can I borrow a cup of squid squeezing?
No!
Maybe this is like Jack, in which the kids aged super fast, but they still have the 3-year-old brains from the beginning. And you know what happens when you try to get a toddler to do any task?
Can Baby Bop come out to play? Can Baby Bop come out to play?
Something's gonna get spilled.
I would take just a day of watching Jack, nothing but Jack, than having to tolerate Baby Bop. I'm sorry.
At least Robin Williams would be there, so...
Oh, I thought you were gonna say this special, because I was gonna say, well, I mean, at least Jack is, like, so fucking bad it's a spectacle, whereas this special is literally just white noise.
And Jack has a plot, so...
That's true, I can actually follow what's going on in Jack.
So then we get into another pointless song about sneezing.
Baby Bop's fucking sneezing on everybody, getting her fucking germs all over everyone.
Hey, it's not her fault she's got spring allergies.
And as far as I'm concerned, she probably would give people COVID, just out of spite.
Let's be real, Baby Bop started an entire new pandemic within the Barney universe.
She is patient zero.
Wearing a mask is infringing on my rights.
You know what's awesome about being patient zero? You get to sample your blood for the vaccine that eventually ends this shit.
And also, Baby Bop at one point sneezes all over the lamp and gets rid of the cool butterfly setting on it, which, why?
Now that's just unforgivable.
Good going, Baby Bop. Those were an extinct species that you just fucking killed.
Baby Bop steps on the butterfly and causes Barney to exist.
All right, you know what? I'm going to give into it just for this one joke. Baby Bop in that one King of the Hill episode where she's Bobby and accidentally kills the whooping crane.
We gotta get rid of this bird. What the?
We Matanya.
Bobby, cripes, put that thing down. Stop fooling around. We've got to bury that thing fast.
We can't just bury it, Dad, remember? Wimatanya wants us to honor the bird's sacred spirit.
And we will do just that in the dumpster behind Stucky's. Now let's get out of here before someone sees us, okay?
No, it's that one Treehouse of Horror bit where Homer sneezes on the dinosaur and they all fucking die out. I wish that would happen in this.
Also, when Barney starts vacuuming around the place, they try to do it's too noisy, what? And I'm sorry to say it, but no what joke is ever going to top the Invader Zim one.
Yes.
Where they forgot to draw houses and cars, so it's even funnier.
Sim! What? Sim! What? Sim! What? Sim! What?
Oh, and that's right. The song ends because she sneezes. She takes like an entire thing of tissues, takes every single one out and just holds them up to her nose. She sneezes. They explode all over the house. So it's just a mess of tissues and dinosaur snot.
All right, you know what? Maybe she was a little bit of a shitheel here.
Thank you.
Yay, we win. I'm kidding.
She had every right to be. It was the only thing keeping this thing from being like Guantanamo Bay torture.
It gave us something to talk about. I will say that.
I'm not saying BJ and the Rockets are a legit band, but the Blue Jay song kind of slapped.
It does kind of slap.
Yeah, I actually did kind of like it.
It's kind of hard to make the blues suck.
He's a blue jay that plays the blues. He's not an ordinary bird, the coolest bird you've ever heard. A blue jay that plays the blues. Sing it!
It takes actual effort to make a shitty blues song.
Wait, oh my god, if a raccoon ended up showing up, that means that this is an episode of Regular Show.
Regular show. It's like, I have that in my notes with the how do you make a blue jay look cool? It's like, watch an episode of Regular Show.
I don't know, that blue jay was pretty lame.
Quick tangent, I still fucking love that one James Gunn tweet where he tweets the Ricky Raccoon song and he's like, hey look, it's Rocket and Endgame. I'm so sad he deleted that, but anyway.
He was right to say it.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
During the song, the Blue Jay song, BJ and the kids are dressed up like the Blues Brothers.
Get it? Because it's the blue jay.
We're on a mission from Satan, sissy.
When are they gonna take a tail feather?
Ay. I hate Illinois Nazis.
When's Aretha Franklin gonna show up? Wait, did the Universal deal already happen at this?
Yeah, because Barney in the Park opened in 95, so yeah.
And the Blues Brothers were also in the park at that time, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, they were.
Wait, oh my god, and the We Sing characters were apparently at Universal at points. Oh my god, it's all connected, man!
No escape, man!
Universal Studios is a hostile place for us, got it.
Then we get introduced to one of the segments in this special I actually do like, Murray the Web Surfing Mouse.
Oh man, we want to talk about characters that are giving Christian vibes. Murray looks like he's about to lecture me on the wonderful things God does for others.
Oh god.
Yeah, but since he's a web surfing mouse, I feel like those Christian vibes would be him telling me not to watch porn.
When he leaves at the end of the segment, he says, anytime you want to surf, just give me a call. And I'm expecting him to add one more thing, which is, just don't ask me to help you look for porn again. Barney.
Also, like, holy shit, you can tell this was made when the internet was a novelty.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's definitely dated-ass internet, but it was kind of charming.
The design of the computer itself is actually pretty cool.
Watching the new Barney, they're gonna have something like, oh boy, time to summon Simon, the social media mouse. And he just shows up and says, like, the worst thing you could ever say to someone to Barney.
Oh, jeez.
Also, it shouldn't have been this edgy for them to mention it, but it's Barney, so it felt really strange to see them mentioning swords.
Murray's like if Dippy Fresh was a mouse.
Yeah,
So does that mean in a couple of years we're gonna have Barney referencing World War II?
Yeah, because Murray's talking about all the different types of dancing, and he goes over sword dancing, which is something I'm not familiar with.
It's basically, if you've seen fire dancing, it's that, but with swords. Basically just have to dance around a sword, which isn't that hard if the sword is laying down. I mean, I still have respect for sword dancers. That looks impressive, but
Just wait till you suddenly hear Barney explaining what an M1 Garand is.
also, it felt really strange to see like these old 50s clips over Barney as well. Like, I was half expecting to hear riff tracks speaking at one point.
Yeah, how much of these clips they were using were public domain?
Almost all of them.
Yeah, probably. One of the clips that they use too is like people dancing on a rooftop in the most Y2K looking outfits.
Yeah. And, I'll say this much about this special. I would have preferred this to be the setting going forward than the park.
Honestly, yeah.
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 I mean, the park just feels so iconic, but also it's like, this has like bubble tubes with plastic fish.
There's a butterfly room.
That's another thing too I wanted to mention regarding Murray the Mouse. So Josh Martin, who was a Barney suit actor, actually auditioned for the role. And here's the caveat. He auditioned for Murray the Mouse in costume and makeup.
Oh my god. I want to see the fucked up makeup.
I'm picturing fucking Charity Church Mouse vibes right here.
Oh god.
Ugh.
Oh my.
No.
Her fucking surfer burnout brother. And I forgot to mention too, the CGI for Murray the Mouse sucks. It sucks here. It's at a much lower frame rate, so you'll see Murray the Mouse at like 15 frames per second, and then it cuts to Barney and the kids at like 30 frames per second, and it was giving me a headache.
Wait a minute, it just hit me. He's a ripoff of that one mouse from Between the Lions.
Oh my god, you're right.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We get introduced to our next fairy tale character.
Oh yeah, Jack and Jill, they show up.
And somehow they make BJ look competent.
What disturbed me about this is that, they have adult voices. They're deliberately made to sound stupid, but they have like kid hands. And we should mention that all the fairy tale characters we see, all we see of them are hands because they're obscured by the window or something. And it's just disturbing.
Because we're supposed to guess who they are, and they have 1 second of guessing until Barney or BJ just straight up tells you.
At least Dora, gave you a few seconds.
These fucking fairy tale segments are so lazy because 1 minute Barney will say, "Guess who this character is?" And literally, in the first sentence in the song, he'll say their name. Like, you're not fucking trying here.
Yeah.
I get this is for toddlers, but I don't think they have that little of attention span.
Like I said, so is Dora, and yet she still made you work for it a little bit.
Yep, and BJ lets Jack and Jill basically kill themselves because he lets them get a pail.
You know what? Fucking die then! I am tired of having you guys come here every week, taking all the buckets because you never fucking learn!
At least no Adam Sandler was involved. This needed Dunkachino.
Yes, it did.
It needed a Drew Carey cameo where he just clearly doesn't want to be there.
He's just like, oh boy, who could be at the door this time? And then he opens the door and you just say, oh, what's my name? Dunkachino. Dunkachino.
Movie saved.
Someone's got to make that a video.
So then BJ and Jeff and Jill all want to come up with a dino dance, and Baby Bop is all, oh, I can help you, I do ballet! And it cuts to a fucking footage of her at a dance studio, and it's really fucking off-putting seeing this giant-ass costume near all these kids. Like, isn't that a safety concern?
It's not just a safety concern. It's a fucking punishment to have Baby Bop visit your classroom.
Unless you're me.
Everybody counts but Randy Martin.
Well, I mean, who said I even count as a person in the first place?
And some of those kids just look so disgruntled to have her there. They're just like, help us.
She keeps fucking tripping us with her fucking tail. She's not good at this.
She has no style. She has no grace. That dino has.
An obnoxious face?
All right, fine. That was clever. You get that one.
Before they transition into the ballet segment, she specifically says she does ballet. The next sentence, BJ asks, "But what kind of dancing do you do?" She literally says she does ballet, you fucking imbecile.
Said.
Okay, BJ doesn't get that point because he was the stupider one that moment.
Yes. For once.
What do you mean for once?
I will say it was neat in the ballet class that they did show boys doing ballet without it being a joke between it and Billy Elliot. It was like, an actually progressive year for boys doing ballet. I like that.
Yeah, but Baby Bop made fun of them behind their backs.
She's probably fucking going on Fox News.
That's more of a BJ thing. Baby Bop would never. She's an ally.
Okay, I will give you that.
Going on Fox News and saying, "Grr, these boy ballerinas are taking away the rights from women that I totally cared about before." Ugh.
Baby Bop would be at the drag clubs. BJ is the one who'd show up on Fox News going, "What happened to masculine men? Ay, ay, ay."
Randy, you joke, but there actually was an episode where Baby Bop and BJ switch places, and he is pissed. He says the closest thing that could actually be interpreted to a threat on Barney.
Nobody says a word. Oh, man.
So it's true then that BJ is a raging misogynist.
Yes, he is.
Then Barney finds 2 more kids at the door, and they're bringing back a book they borrowed.
Yeah, so how are these kids getting here? Are they just transporting to this weird fucking universe, or...
It's the void, like I said. Although I will say this was probably the other segment I liked because the puppy was so cute.
The dog made it worth it.
The dog! Half of my notes in this one section is just about the dog.
That's what this should have been. This should have been the kids chasing after this dog that escaped from a book, and they're going through all these crazy rooms.
It should have just been like nothing but footage of the dog just like playing and exploring around this house.
Yeah.
And that's it. Nothing else. Don't even need music or anything. Just point the camera at the puppy, let it do its thing for like 2 hours.
The cartoon dog in the book, I swear to God, looked exactly like Scooby-Doo.
It did, yes.
He does look like Scooby-Doo.
The live action dog is like a baby lab retriever.
There's like little white spots in his feet and he looks like he's wearing socks and it's so
Socks, puppy!
The kid Nick looked exactly like baby Macaulay Culkin.
He totally did. We then cut to a band meeting between BJ and the Rockets, and of course, Baby that Bop is there for some fucking reason. You're not even part of the band. What are you even doing here?
moral support.
And then they have to fucking play Baby Bop being a little bitch and saying, okay, like, I get that the skateboard and roller skate suggestion was risky, but what the fuck is wrong with jumping on trampolines? That's easy.
She's just vetoing all the cool shit.
I still can't get over BJ calling a trampoline a pogo stick. He says, like, let's go on pogo sticks, and he's fully jumping on a trampoline.
Yeah, which that was a cool trampoline, by the way. Why couldn't they have used that?
It is a cool trampoline.
I'm pretty sure that was a prop that was reused from the Barney Circus video.
Do the Bobby Van Halen jump.
Might as well jump.
Jump, da, da, da. And of course they sing, well, congratulations, Baby Bop Hop. You are not the Baby Bop song I hate the most. Look at me, I'm 3.
Look at me, I'm 3. Fuck.
This song was fucking ear bleeding.
Hey, it's not her fault. Her songwriters suck.
She had the power to veto this song, like she did all the other cool shit, but she did not.
Yeah.
Okay, well, did Michael Jackson veto Invincible? No. Is he still a legend? Yes.
Baby Bop Pop could have fit because of dancing.
So then it cuts to Barney with his PB&J machines, because why not? And he's like,
I want it. I want that fucking PB&J machine.
I want that.
that is pretty bitchin', I won't lie. We find out that Barney lives next to FurryCon, apparently. Because the big bad wolf shows up, which, by the way, is just a pair of fucking gray gloves, so it doesn't even look like the wolf.
I feel like hiding the rest of the characters behind a window is just a crutch for the fact that they have no budget for, like, costume design, because they blew it all on the set.
I think they blew it all in the CGI and the Windows 95 screensavers.
I have a really fucked up joke that only the furry fandom would understand about that.
Go ahead.
Who could be at the door? Oh god, it's Carpet Sample.
Also, was anybody else getting Once-ler Arm vibes from the Big Bad Wolf? From that fucking Dr. Seuss special we talked about?
Oh my god, I can see it! Barney has to come up with a song because there isn't a song for the Three Little Pigs rhyme.
Well, there is, but there's a lot of copyright loopholes you have to get through.
And some anti-Semitism, but it was a different time back then.
And also the big bad wolf sounds like John Goodman. Sure, why not?
Watch, it actually is John Goodman in like Spirit Halloween werewolf arms.
Yeah. And he's straight up fucking roasting the big bad wolf to his face. Like, yeah, he's a big bad mean bitch.
It's like, well, I'm the big bad wolf. Nobody likes you.
Here's the thing, the big bad wolf directly confides in him that nobody likes him. This is the first and only time where it's ever like properly mentioned in the Barney universe that someone is actually like despised for being themselves.
I mean, in all fairness, what's his track record? He tried to eat a little girl and her grandma, and then he made 2 pigs homeless.
And he ate 2 goats, or attempted to eat a couple goats on a bridge.
Then he like ate a little boy, although in all fairness, the little boy kind of deserved it, for saying wolf too many times when there wasn't a wolf.
Oh yeah.
We got a hoodwink.
Who do you think you're fooling? Yeah, right, sure, indeed.
So Barney's suggestion on how he can make friends is to blow. Good night, everybody.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
The wolf says that all he's good for is huffing and puffing, and I'm thinking Barney should just say, "No, have you tried vaping yet?"
All I'm good at is huffing and puffing.
Hey, I have a couple sources over by the 7-Eleven down the street.
No. And then the big bad wolf was never seen again. Probably because he fucking killed himself.
That's what vaping does. Hashtag the real cost.
So then, because Barney gave up his sandwich, he has to make another one, and this leads them to singing the bread song.
Oh, guys, speaking of fucking songs that we hate in the Barney universe, this is in the top 3 for me.
I hear this song in my nightmares all the time.
I do too.
Like, Peter Pocket, yum, yum, Peter Pocket, yum, yum, bagel, yum, yum, white bread.
Who the fuck is making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with pitas and bagels?
Sadists, that's who.
Okay, bagels I get, but pitas?
Like, okay, who puts jelly on a tortilla? Peanut butter maybe, but jelly?
No, not even peanut butter. No.
If you've run out of bread, maybe.
Oh god, it's tacos for white people who call them quesadillas.
Oh no.
Would you like that on a flour tortilla?
It's Hurricane Tortilla.
Hurricane Katrina? More like
Hurricane Tortilla. Get off, Napoleon, and make yourself a dang quesadilla.
But then, thankfully, I can't believe I'm calling a song by Blowjob a fucking palate cleanser. The Dino Dance happens, which is alright.
It's passable. But, for some reason, BJ has the balls to disparage my favorite movie when he says, "Somebody stop me."
Yeah, what the fuck?
That motherfucker. I had to do a double take to make sure I heard that right.
If that isn't like a 24 years early promotion of the mask gone viral, then I don't want it.
Remember, kids, there's still time to donate. As of recording, probably not, but after when this comes out, but still, support the damn movie.
You should give Tyler your money. You should do it. Do it now!
Give me your money so I can give it to Jordy Skolnick so he can make the movie.
Cue that clip of Peter Griffin on the violin going, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
Anyway, BJ and the Rockets would eventually break up due to creative differences. All of the members later went on to have vastly horrible solo projects. BJ would also later check in the rehab for his pickle addiction.
And then BJ would be found on the floor after he tried injecting pickle juice into his bloodstream. He died horribly.
I just wanted to feel alive.
And none of them ended up as a narrator on Thomas. SMH my head. Damn.
Also, I'll say about the Dino Dance, Jeff is supposed to be on the guitar. There's a guitar during the Dino Dance, but he's not playing the guitar.
I have in my notes, his ass is not playing the guitar. This was before he started dancing.
Yeah.
It was in like that little guitar lead up. It's like his ass is not playing that guitar.
No.
Whoever is in the BJ suit is not trying to make the drumming look convincing. Being a drummer for 14 years now, I can tell you what is good fake drumming and what is not. That is the shittiest fake drumming I've ever seen.
Yeah, I've seen better fake drumming from Duke LaRue. Bit of an obscure reference there. Those who get it, get it.
Amen.
Then we get the I Love You song, and then we get the cookies finally.
The chocolate chip to cookie ratio is horrible, dreadful, disgusting. I hate it. Too much cookie, not enough chocolate chip. They're all in the fucking center.
And they're probably dry as shit. They're not the soft, delicious cookies.
Oh, he definitely overcooked them because I'll tell you one thing, an undercooked cookie is a million times better than an overcooked cookie. An overcooked cookie is like an abomination against God.
Undercooked is nice and smushy. Overcooked breaks my fucking teeth.
Channel KRT says, eat raw cookie dough, kids. It's okay. Who cares if you get salmonella?
It's worth it. If they didn't want us to get salmonella, they wouldn't have made everything with salmonella in it so delicious.
Amen.
Yep, and so then Barney makes us eat his cookies before we leave.
Good night, everybody.
And I was probably poisoned.
Hey, does anybody else feel a little dizzy? Is anyone else blacking out?
All 4 members of this podcast were found dead afterwards.
Phew. Good thing I'm immune to cyanide.
Did he put indica, sativa, or a hybrid in?
Oh god, it's a sativa. I'm getting paranoid. The nukes are coming. We're gonna get nuked. I'm gonna be fucking high while World War III happens. Does anyone else ever get like that when they get high?
What the worst thing is, getting an energy drink, then having a gummy, and that's like,
Oh no!
Oh god.
I made that mistake because I'd be like, oh, it's Delta 9. It usually helps me sleep. It'll cancel out. Nope.
I have decided I am never going to be able to take mushrooms because I just know it'll result like Brian's bad trip in that one Family Guy episode.
All right, so any more notes?
I always keep notice that he calls him Purple Guy, and I just have to make note of that.
The man behind the slaughter?
Behind the slaughter.
I always come back.
There's most likely a creepypasta out there where the Barneys have a Springlock suit, so...
Oh, absolutely.
Well, actually, they did kind of turn the Barney era from Go Animate into an analog horror now, so...
Oh, God.
It's analog horror, but it's on digital Go Animate.
You know how dangerously close we are to a Barney era Friday Night Funkin' mod?
Oh, God.
What should we is the question.
There's an alternate universe out there where CGI Barney, circa come on over to Barney's house, is popular on Gmod or someplace.
God.
Oh god, someone's gonna put it in fucking Guitar Hero World Tour Definitive Edition.
Well, my final verdict is it's a very, 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 very low donation box. The only reason I can't go full burn the tapes is it's not as insufferable as something like Mr. Troop Mom or Smoke Detectives or Salty's Praise Party or Gingerbrook Fair. It's just such a nothing burger of a special. Like, it barely focuses on the house. It's got so much padding. It's got some moments that make it tolerable, and if I didn't have like a weird tolerance for Barney, I'd probably legit hate it. As is, it's just unremarkable, and I kind of see why this was starting to be the end of the peak era for Barney.
I can't even put this in the donation box. I'm just gonna leave this to get moldy in the basement. I can't burn it. I can't donate it. I say we mold it. New option.
Gillian, what about you?
Piggybacking off of Kit and Randy, this is a low donation box. The bad parts aren't that bad. Good parts aren't that good. It's barely under an hour, yet it feels like the longest 50 minutes you sit through. It meanders in a way that it's not like charming or episodic. It's just like there.
Like if they made this more of an Alice in Wonderland type tape where you go through various rooms, it would be a lot better. It would lead to a lot of creativity. Hell, even if they did go heavy on the CGI, at least it would give me something.
Yeah, absolutely. It's unanimous. This is going to be a donation box for me too. This special is just a nothing burger with nothing sauce on a nothing patty. It wasn't the hardest watch I've had for a Barney tape, but it's just, at least we have better things to look forward to this month.
Yeah, thank God.
Exactly. I'm just imagining that some kid in the background was playing this tape while their parents were trying to wait for SCOTUS to officially confirm the election results in 2000, and I don't know which one would be more miserable.
All right, so Gillian, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Is there anything you want to plug?
Not much. Just usual socials. I'm at Cutie Puppy Fire on most platforms.
You can find me Mission Breakout on Discord and Twitter, and you can find me on MuppetVision_3D. I will be slowly coming off hiatus by the time this episode is out because I want to hopefully avoid Twitter during the election. Although I actually now live in Barney's house in a room where I just scream about wanting a cat and spider to kiss all day. There you go.
Oh, you can follow me on Neon Tales 2Zs on Twitter. You can find me at the same name on YouTube. You can find me either celebrating that we're not going back or crying for the rest of my life, depending on what happens after this is released.
Oh, yeah. All right, and as for me, you can find me on the usual spots, Tyler FG on Twitter, Tyler FG96 on Instagram. As for the show, you can find us on Twitter at channel_KRT, Channel KRT Podcast, all one word, on Instagram. And you can also find our Discord server and our Facebook group in the link tree in our Twitter bio. And if you want to help support us, we have several options. You can find us on Patreon, where we have exclusive minisodes, outtakes, and episodes of this very podcast at its earliest convenience. Or you can also find us on Ko-Fi, where we also have exclusive minisodes and outtakes, but you can buy those for $5 a pop. And of course, thank you to our patrons Paul Spicknall, Tony Goldmark, Ashley Hines, and Chris Reyna for pledging to us at the $10 level. And speaking of thank yous, thank you so much to Jacob Martin for the Barneyfied version of the KRT theme that you heard at the top of this episode. And thank you to Diego Laćamara for his editing help on this episode.
My home! I regret my enthusiasm for the earlier explosions.